So, guys, we're going to walk through how to find video clients that where you approach the client directly, okay, instead of going through video production companies. Again, my recommendations are that you go find video production companies, let them do the sales for you. They already have relationships with clients, and they're out there with sales teams selling videos all day long. And personally, that's the part I hate the most is actually selling clients. And I hate cold contacting. I can't. That's why I use video email, which we're going to get into in just a moment. But cold contacting is a pain in the balls. I don't like it. It's awful. So video email is a way to get around that. It's the most effective way I have ever found to land clients without having to call them directly. Okay, and we're going to walk through that in a minute. So this is what I would do first to find.
Sorry to interrupt you. Regarding CC Cleaner, John says to also make sure to flush your DNS.
Yeah.
And John also said sort MS config CCleaner doesn't always catch everything.
All right. Well, that's why I clean the browser first. Like I said, walk through those steps I just showed you. Then when you have CCleaner here, I'll open it up. If you have CCleaner, you want to make sure that everything is checked for Internet Explorer. You also want to check that applications, you have everything checked for Firefox and everything checked for Google Chrome. The only thing remember, Chrome's a different browser. I don't do my SEO stuff in Chrome, okay? But I leave saved passwords in there, but I don't even really need that because I use a password application. But you just want to go through and be careful, guys, when you check stuff in here, because once you click the Run Cleaner button, if you check something on accident and it wipes it clean, you don't get it back. All right, so just what I do is make sure that everything for Internet Explorer is checked and everything is checked for Firefox. Just make sure those two things are checked and you should be all right. Okay? All right, so before Vmail, before setting up Vmail campaigns to contact potential clients, you got to find potential clients, and that's what we're going to walk through right now. This is one way that I do it using, this is just a very simple search. This isn't even getting into really using any search operators, but this is a way to find YouTube channel. So /user, that's the footprint for channels, and you'll see that I've got yellow pages in there, and this is going to return several different kind of yellow pages channels here, and you can click on these and you'll see like this one's Yellow Pages Group CA, which I'm sure is, this is for Canadian digital and print media. So you can find different kind of yellow pages with the Yellow Pages brand in here just by using that, because it's more general. Okay, so like for example, if this says Yellow Pages Marketing, if we wanted to click through on this one, says Yellow Pages Online. Let's just go take a look at that for a moment, and we'll look at videos. And see, this had a video up 2 days ago, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Wow, look at that. That's an awful image, especially for a thumbnail image. Would you want to go to a dentist if that was the thumbnail image that you saw? They should have done something, because that'd scare me away. Like, I'm not going to that guy.
I think it's a perfect image to use for Facebook ads.
Yeah, but not for... oh my God, those are both pretty bad. Anyways, I don't want to get off topic, but my point is that like this is one of many Yellow Pages types channels, okay, guys, and you can find, and you can tell just from the title tags that these aren't optimized. Okay, so these are people that have paid for these videos. Whether a lot of the times with Yellow Pages, Yellow Book is another one. The Super Pages, Verizon Super Pages, you can type in Super Pages, you'll find some channels around that. They get these videos created as part of a marketing, a contract that they sign. So a lot of the times they do a combination of pay-per-click. They get preferred listings in the directories, the online directories. So like their listings will be at the top, and they'll have a highlight color behind them, that sort of thing. Plus they get a video thrown in, and it's just like added value, because the videos really don't do shit for these clients. It's something pretty that they put together for the clients to make them feel happy, but they never rank these. So my point is that you can contact a client, and you can deal with it. Look, I'm not an attorney, but I can tell you I've downloaded these videos before, optimized them properly, uploaded them onto my own channel, ranked them, and then called clients or sent a Vmail to clients and said, hey, look, I've ranked your video. Do you want me to keep it there? If so, let's talk about pricing. If not, that's fine. I can take it down. And I've done that to land clients in the past, and it's worked. A lot of times, guys, remember, the video SEO stuff, it's a good way to produce a nice little income, but it's also a foot in the door. Okay, don't price it to where it's, you know, if all you want to do is focus on video, that's fine. If you want to make that your sole source of income, but a lot of times it's just a way to get in the door and build trust with a potential client for a fraction of what it would cost to do normal SEO services. Then once you've built that relationship, you can upsell them or cross-sell them on additional marketing services. Remember that, okay? Although, like I said, if you want to make a full income out of just doing videos, you certainly can, and it's going to be easier than doing a lot of the other SEO stuff. All right, so I just wanted to go through that. That's very simple strategy. One moment, let me look at some more of these. If you want to get more specific, okay, so you can add additional terms to this search query, and we're still not even getting into Boolean searches yet, but this is just still a simple search. Now I said youtube.com/user space yellow pages space Virginia. So now what this has done is it's pulled back, because I'm in Virginia, it's pulled back anything that's got yellow pages, youtube.com. It's whether it could be in the description, because I don't have the Boolean search set up yet. Okay, we're going to get to that in a minute. But this just will show you some additional things that you can click on that will find you other sources of videos. So we're going to keep moving. The next one, if I wanted to get even more specific before we get to Boolean searches, is I would just add a VA to the end, or I'm sorry, a city. So like, let's say Fairfax, VA. I'm going to use Fairfax today in these examples because Fairfax is one of the largest counties in Northern Virginia, which is, you know, where I'm located. So there's a lot of businesses in Fairfax. But right here we can see there's some videos that popped up. These aren't even channels, and I've got it set up for channels, but you can see that Google is picking up the channel URL from the description, because I didn't specifically tell it in URL, which is one of the search operators we're going to work through in a minute. There's also an in title URL, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. You guys all have the sheet, so you should be able to look at these. But this just brings you back some additional ones. Now, again, unless I just wanted to show these because you don't need to unnecessarily use Boolean searches unless you want to get a lot more specific. So video searches, that was channel searches. Let's get into video searches. Right now we're going to talk about, this will be the first Boolean. Let's start with the by industry.
Before you jump in, we have a question. How much should one charge to rank a local video bread?
It depends. Depends on the competition level. My standard answer, anytime anybody asks me what do I charge for SEO services, I always say it depends, because there's too many variables. There's no blanket number that I can give you. Like honestly, it depends on what the keyword level is. What I like to do for clients now, that I'm doing right now as we speak for clients, is when I approach people about ranking videos for them, I tell them that I say, what services do you offer? And then I do the keyword research, and I determine which videos I'm going to rank for them, which keywords I'm going to rank. I don't give them a choice. I don't let them tell me I want to rank for this specific keyword, because some keywords you're just not going to rank a video for, period. So what I try to do is find out which keywords I can rank, have the greatest chance, the highest likelihood of me ranking them, the quickest with the least amount of work, and then I rank them for that, and I price it based on that. But I wouldn't do anything, any sort of video, for less than $100 a month, period. So obviously if you're doing multiple videos for one client, you can do bulk deals, you know, package deals where they're getting them for less than $100 a month, but I wouldn't rank a single video for a client for less than $100 a month. And the keyword there is a single video. If they wanted to do 5 videos, I might do it for, you know, 5 videos for $250, possibly. I'd have to look at the keyword. Does that make sense? All right, because there's, like I said, if the bottom line figure for a single video is going to be $100 a month, or I won't do it. It's just not worth the time. And it's a $100 setup fee, by the way. It means that, like, I get $100 to, if they don't have a video produced, then I sell them on a video too. But if they already have a video, it's $100 just to get it uploaded into YouTube, because that's my time optimizing the video file and setting it up to syndicate out across the networks, right? So it's $100 up front, and then it's $100 a month. All right, and if for whatever reason I can't get it ranked, then there's no contract. I don't work on contracts, guys. I work on a month-to-month basis. If I'm performing my duties as I'm supposed to, my clients are happy to pay me. So if I don't like contracts, because then I'm also stuck in the performing if something happens. So sometimes keywords just don't rank, and if they don't, I go to the client and say, look, I'm going to rank you for another keyword instead. And if they're not happy with that, then I just say, okay, well then we're going to part ways. Okay. All right. So this is let me jump into, there's a couple different ways to find just specific video searches instead of channel searches. One is by type, one is to search by industry, another is to search by city. I'm going to very quickly go through industry because I don't do it that way. I do it by city. But like for example, I use this one, which is this is what's called a Boolean search here, guys. First thing I did was I put in URL youtube.com, and in fact, you can actually get a little bit more specific with that and do in URL colon youtube.com/watch, because that's the exact footprint of any type of video. You see that? You can see it right here in the URL. A YouTube video is always going to have youtube.com/watch. Okay, so that's the first part of the Boolean search. And look what's number 1. That's one of my videos. And look what's number 5. That's another one of my videos. And this is on a national basis here. This is just on a industry-specific search. You can see that what I did was I put as the next search operator is in title colon, and then I put in quotes mosquito control. And you don't have to put in quotes. You can just do a broad, which would be, in this case, would just be mosquito control. But what that will do is it will muddy your results because it will bring back any video that has mosquito or control in the title. So I like to use quotes when I do in title because that way it gives me back specifically what I'm looking for. Okay, so this is on a national scale. If I was looking for any type of mosquito control company that's marketing in YouTube, or that has YouTube videos, they might not even be marketing in YouTube, but they have YouTube videos that I could rank for them. And look, on a national scale, look who's number 1. That's one of my videos, guys. And number 5 too, or 4. That's number 4. So I got 2 in the top 5 on a national scale for mosquito control. Woohoo! So, and this, to be honest with you guys, this is a drop dead simple keyword to rank for. And I mentioned that in the community at some point, but you guys, if you want to go after low-hanging fruit, this is one of the keywords: mosquito control and tick control companies, outdoor pest control companies. It's a slam dunk. They're easy as hell to rank for. It's more of a seasonal deal, though, so it's something that you guys might want to wait and target. And you know, a couple months before spring is the best time to contact these outdoor pest control companies because they start gearing up their advertising budgets for then. And so just keep that in mind. This is a slam dunk. You guys can easily rank these all day long. Okay.
Yeah, rank it now and contact them in February.
Well, you could. You could. I mean, you could rank them now and then send them a message and say, "Hey, look, this is going to be coming available," or I'm going to be marketing this video. Like this, you make it generic enough, guys, right? Because remember, if you land a contract, an agreement with the client, you can always rank one of their videos that's branded for them. But I'm talking about client getting right now, right? So you could go rank a generic video with mosquito control targeting it. I'm telling you, you could do it in literally minutes. You could rank it if you send it out across the syndication network. Today is not about the syndication network. We talked about that last week. Today's about client getting. So if you already have a network, you push it out, you rank it, you contact a client. And this is a great scarcity tactic. You contact a client through video email, which we'll get to if we have enough time today. We're going to get to that. If not, you'll still get the training anyways because I've got it ready for you guys. But you send a video email out to, say, 5 outdoor pest control companies in that particular area. Okay, and you send the same video email out to all of them, and you make it known in the video email, "Hey, I'm sending this out to all 5. This is going to be available in the spring to anybody for this said price. But if you want to lock it up now, it's going to be," and make it a fraction of the price. Or you say, or you put down a deposit now, and it will be yours in the spring. Something like that. That way you can lock it up now. Again, these guys are seasonal. They're not going to be spending money on advertising over the winter. But you could get them on a very small price just to know that they're in your pocket for spring and still make a few bucks. Guys, I'm telling you, I could rank these things in minutes. Like literally minutes you can rank these things. So mosquito control, you might be able to say, "Look, I'll charge you $25 a month to reserve this video for you for the spring." And in the spring, let's say March, it goes to $100 a month. And they'll be okay with that because trust me, I know what these guys spend on pay-per-click because I've got clients in this industry. So that's why I know. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so that's just that's a Boolean search for in URL colon youtube.com/watch and then in title, and you can get more specific. Okay, this was just on an industry. Let's go back and I'm going to show you what I do on, like, for example, a city, because I typically like to stay in my own backyard. In other words, I like dealing with local clients. There's enough business. Oh, here I got too much right there. Let me back that out. Okay, so in URL, let's go ahead and put watch in there. I didn't put that in before, but that helps it. In YouTube, in URL colon youtube.com/watch in title Fairfax VA. Now, this is going to return anything that has Fairfax or anything that has VA, so it's not as specific. But what's interesting here, I thought, was that you can see this is one of my videos. So I'm in the top 3 for just Fairfax VA. And then this is the mosquito control. And it's funny, when I was looking at this earlier, I actually saw one of Michael's videos for Alpha Rain. It was on here too. I don't know where it is now, but it was on here earlier on page 1. But this is what I was talking about. If you want to get a little bit more specific, if you put these in in quotes and hit search, now it's going to return only videos that have Fairfax VA in the title. Okay, and you guys see how I have that. It's a combined Boolean search of in URL and in title. All right, so now this is targeting any industry in Fairfax VA. But look at this. I mean, look at there's 395,000 results is what it's showing for YouTube.com videos that have Fairfax VA in the title. So if you want to get it down even more narrow, then you could say, you know, for example, let's just say HVAC, Fairfax VA, 4 results. Look at that, guys. There's only 4 competing videos for that exact match keyword in Google. Okay? So what's that mean? Well, first of all, HVAC Fairfax VA would be a difficult term to rank a video for on page 1. These are one of the more broad keywords that is going to also return maps results, and it's difficult when you're trying to rank for a term that returns maps results. You've got less overall real estate to rank with, okay, less organic spaces. So it's more difficult. Just keep that in mind. If it returns a maps result, you're less likely to be able to get a video on page 1. But that's why I say try to target some of the other keywords related around that business or that industry that do not return maps results, because you have a much greater chance of getting a video on page 1. So HVAC Fairfax VA, I wouldn't necessarily target that. However, I would target something very specific. Hey, it's fall here. Winter is coming. It started to get cold here already. So let's look at one that I would target. Furnace repair. I meant to put repair in there. Furnace repair, Fairfax VA. Now look at this, guys. There's not a single competing video for that. Now I was going to stick competition research. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but since we're here, let's talk about it. What's this mean, guys? This means there's not a single video in YouTube that's optimized for this specific term, furnace repair Fairfax VA. So that means we're going to be number 1 in YouTube if we rank, or number 1 in Google videos if we try to rank for that term, because there's no other competing videos, right? And then if we just go over to Google and type in just a Google search for that, I'm going to see furnace repair. Always do that. Fairfax VA. You'll see that this does return maps, but this is one that you have a much higher likelihood of ranking video for, because it's a less competitive term than HVAC, which is a very broad term. So you might want to check some other ones too. You know, you could do heat pump repair, you could do furnace service, furnace cleaning service, gas furnace service. Those are all different kinds of keywords that you could use to rank for that. You know, just you'd have to manually search them to see if they return maps or not. And I'm not saying you can't rank a video if it returns maps. I'm not saying that at all, because you certainly can. I'm just saying that there's less likelihood of it. And I know that HVAC city, you know, HVAC plus city is typically a more broad term, and it's very difficult to rank for those real broad terms with a video. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We're going to move to the next one. Other searches, let's see. This is another one that I thought was interesting because it can give you back specifically video in title. So let's just take a look at this one. Okay, so this one's, I thought this one was interesting. In URL, youtube.com, and actually I could put watch in that, but then I also put in title video Fairfax VA, so that it has to contain these 2 phrases, video and in Fairfax VA. What I found was interesting here is that it brought back some of these videos here that very, very easily you know that these guys are not optimized very well. Like the Lilly Law Group. Some of these guys, remember, some of these videos people have had done, these businesses have had done, so that they can put them on their website, never really thinking about trying to rank the video too. But that's where you can go in and say, look, I can optimize this video for a keyword and rank it for a keyword so that it's not just on your um, website, but it's also generating traffic for you. Like, what good is the video doing on your website if nobody sees it? Why don't we put it into Google where people will see it and it'll bring them into your website? You know what I mean? So that's just one way to do it. Like I said, if we put /watch on there, it'll be more specific. So this one just, again, and you can see from a lot of these titles here that they're not really optimized. So these are potential candidates here. Like, here's another one, HB Services video testimonial. I don't know what HB Services does. I guess they do some sort of service, but these guys have a video that you could say, hey, look, you're not optimized for anything. I could optimize that video. This was done this year, May 9th, 2014. And say, look, I'll optimize this for what services do you offer? I'll select a keyword that's going to rank for you that can bring you traffic. People will see your video. All right, I'm going to move on. Footprint and description. This is interesting. This is another way that you can find additional clients. This is a Boolean search that I've used for superpages.com. You'll see I've got superpages.com/BP because you'll look. There's only 7 results that it's showing right here, because I've got it selected at Fairfax, guys, but you can switch that city out. But you can see that and with Superpages Super Video, any video that they do, they have a specific URL that links over to that customer's landing page in their directory, and it always starts with superpages.com/BP. So this is a great way to find clients that are advertising in Superpages, or else they wouldn't have the videos. That have, so that they're spending money on advertising. They have videos, and you can come in and say, look, I can rank these videos for you. Bail bonds, they spend money on marketing. Fairfax Dental Care, there's another one. Injury lawyer, they spend money. Okay, so these guys, well, anybody here that's listed here is spending money, or else they wouldn't have the Superpages directory video. All right, so that's just another footprint that you can use, or Boolean search, to find. Now, low competition, we just did that. I'll walk through that very quickly just one more time. This is, when you want to look to see what kind of competition you have, like this one is in URL, youtube.com, watch, furnace repair, Fairfax, VA. There's only 2. And this isn't optimized for in title. This is, they found Fairfax repair in the description. You see the difference here? The difference is that I don't have this set up as in title. If I make this in title, which, remember, if you're targeting the word, you're going to want it in title, right? But what this does is this shows that there's only 2 videos in all of Fairfax that have that specific search phrase in even the description. If we take out the VA, it's still only 2. And we could switch that around and do Fairfax furnace repair and that sort of thing. Just play around with Boolean searches, guys. That's what they're there for. It's amazing what you can uncover. All right. So that's for it's finding clients, finding potential clients, prospective clients using Boolean searches. The next thing we're going to talk about is video companies, and then we're going to gloss over on the video email stuff, guys, because I'm just going to give you the training on that, and then we can talk about it maybe next week, or you can ask questions in the community. Video companies, small business video, these are different kind of video search strings that I'll use to find businesses, video production companies, and I'm just using Fairfax again as an example. Guys, this is just a normal video or a Google search. Video services plus your city, okay? And you're going to come back, and these are video production companies, and they've got, you can contact video production companies, and this is my preferred method. I'm in talks right now with a rather big video production company in my local area right now with building them a network and doing video SEO services. So I'm billing them to build them their own broadcasting networks. Okay, so they're paying me to build the networks. Then they're paying me to manage and maintain the network properties on a monthly basis. And then they're paying me to rank their clients' sites. In other words, I'm providing, or not sites, their clients' videos. So I'm providing wholesale SEO services to them that they are reselling at retail to their clients that they produce the videos for. And they're marking that up, obviously, and making a profit off of that too, which is recurring revenue. Think about this, guys. Video production companies, they typically are a one-and-done deal, or they might get repeat business out of a particular company, but they have to continue to sell videos to continue to make money. where if you go talk to these people and you can prove to them that you can rank videos. And what I did with this particular company that I'm talking with now, that by this time next week when I'll probably have the contract from them. But if you can prove to them by even making contact with video production companies and saying, listen, can you send me 3 or 4 of your videos that you've produced for clients with their permission, obviously. I'll optimize them and rank them through my own channels for your clients for free. And that's what I did for this particular client I'm talking to right now, or a potential client that I'm talking to right now. I told them, give me a list of 10 clients that obviously clear it with them that they're okay with me rebroadcasting their videos through my own networks. I'll optimize them for keywords. Give me a list of 10, and I'll rank 2 or 3 of them for free. And I did. Why did I ask for 10? Because I wanted to select the easiest ones, in my opinions, to rank for, guys. Don't back yourself into a corner. So they sent me an email with 10 different videos, potential clients, and I cherry picked the 3 that I wanted to rank for, that I thought would be easiest to rank for, and I did it. I ranked all 3 of them on page 1 in the top 5 for all 3 of them in under 24 hours. So in other words, I uploaded it spread across my network, and in under 24 hours they were in the top 5 on first page of Google. Then I contacted the client back up, sent him a video email. Actually, I'm telling you, that's how I communicate with my clients on a regular basis. I create screencast videos where I get to narrate, say what I have to say, and I don't have to listen to them. I just say what I have to say. I point out things, I show them stuff, I explain stuff, and then I send them the video email, and I'm done. And then if they have any questions, they respond. It's convenient for them because I'm not bugging them. It's convenient for me because I don't got to talk to clients. I don't like doing that anyways, you know. But I sent them a video email, and I just pointed it out. And I took a screenshot too, and I highlighted it and everything. And I said, hey, look, number 1, I'm going to do another one tomorrow. The next day I did another one. The next day I did another one. So in 3 days I was 3 for 3. And I said, okay, when can we talk? We had a meeting last week. I'm selling them on the services. So here's the deal. Video production companies have to continually sell videos to make money. But if you step in and you say, okay, and selling them on their own broadcast network is just a bonus if you can do it. But you could simply provide your own network, your own SEO services, and say, and I told them this exactly what I told you guys. If I'm ranking a single video for one client, it's $100, and that's what I'm selling it to you guys. So what are they doing? They're selling that. If they're using my network, which I gave them 2 options. I said I can build you your own network, and it's going to be this price, or I can build my own network, or you can rent space on my own network, and it's going to be $100 flat fee per video per month, period. And it's a $100 setup fee. Okay, and that's what I told them, and they're opting for building their own network because I pitched that to them and built that up for a lot of the benefits. Hey, it'll be a branded network. It's an asset for your business. It'll reduce your costs, this and that. So my point is that now they're going out and selling that that SEO service to their existing clients. They already have an existing client base, right? Plus all the potential clients that they haven't even spoke to yet that they're going to sell videos to. They can upsell them. Hey, we'll produce this video for you for $600. We'll send a video, you know, whatever. It's usually between $600 and $1,500 to have a professional video done. Set a videographer crew out, all that. But after it's done, we can also rank you in Google, first page of Google, and it's going to be $150 a month. They get an upfront fee to do that, say $250 setup fee or whatever on top of the video production fee. Then we attempt to rank, and again, I told them very specifically, when you're selling a service, you don't let the client choose which keyword they want to rank for. You will, when you deal with the client, you're going to be asking them questions anyways, but you can tell me what their services are, and I will select the keywords that I find will be the most likely for me to rank that it still has value for them. So that way I figure out which is the ones to rank, or potentially. And look, let's put it this way. If you try to rank a video for a keyword because you've done the research, you think it's going to be the easiest to rank, and it doesn't rank, select another keyword. Do it again. You don't get another setup fee, but so what? You know, obviously I'd rather just do another video and get it ranked for a different keyword, but that's why you don't let the customer choose. And I made that very, very clear with the sales, with the people, if they're selling the services, that they don't say that, because then we're stuck, and you know, we got to try to rank for that keyword. So my point is I think you guys get the idea. There's a way to make money here where they already have the sales force in place. They already have client connections. They have relationships with existing clients, and they're going to be getting new clients. And here you are giving them an opportunity to provide extra value and a recurring monthly service that they get a piece of, right? So you're doing them a favor. And guys, if you give a few of these video rankings away, you'll get the deal. I'm telling you, I'm getting the deal with these guys, whether they build their own network or they use mine. I'm 100% certain of that. They've told me. Right now, they're just trying to decide if they're going to spend, $6 grand or $8 grand for me to build them a broadcasting network. Okay, and then even if they do, I get monthly recurring to manage that, plus monthly recurring for each video. So, for example, a video company that might have, let's say you get 100 videos over the course of the next 3 months to rank, and you're charging a flat fee of $100 a month, and they're charging their clients $150. But if you got 100 videos and you're charging $100 a month, that's 10 grand, right?
So how much did you sell the network for 10 grand?
No, what I sold the network for is I gave them a tiered pricing schedule. And if I can hide the screen for a minute, I'll pull up the pricing schedule and share it with you guys if you want. I'd be happy to do that. You guys want to see that?
Lovely.
All right, let me unshare the screen for a moment, and I'll do that. So what I did was I came up with a tiered pricing schedule for network sites. Okay, and that way I could obviously I want them I want to entice them to, or give them incentive to buy more, because that's really what I want to do. And also I told them that the more network sites they have, the cheaper it's going to be, or the easier it's going to be for me to rank the sites. And I pitched them. I mean, I built it way up. Like, hey, listen, you guys are going to want to do this because you'll get to put all your own branding on all your sites. Now think about this, and this is perfect when you try to pitch a network to a video production company. Hey, you can put banner ads in the sidebar or the leaderboard banner ads or whatever with your video production company. Sure, you give a landing page to the clients that's going to have you're promoting whoever the client's is video with their keywords, but why not put your own branding on there so that anybody that lands on those pages is going to know what video company produced that video? It's going to bring people into your sales funnel, right? So there's many. Let me just go ahead and copy. I'll copy the whole thing except the header and put it in a Google Doc. But yeah, I don't mind sharing this with you guys because it's totally worth it. And they're leaning heavily on buying the network. They've got sales teams and everything already, guys, and they've had meetings with their sales team. They've got investors. They said, oh yeah. And so the idea here is to get I want to sell them the network because they can use my own network, that's fine, but I'd rather sell them the network so that, because what happens when you sell a client a network that you built, that you know how all the moving pieces work, then they're stuck. Guys, that's a long-term investment, because if they're spending all that money on it and you're the only one in the world that knows how to maintain it, you're not getting fired. Does that make sense? So that's why I want to sell them on a network. All right, let me give this a title real quick. Network proposal. I'll share this with you guys. I want to make sure that nothing sensitive is on there. Looks okay. Okay, you guys can see my screen, is that right?
Yep.
All right, let me grab this link. Guys, don't share this link anywhere else. Just keep it amongst yourselves. Stick this in chat. All right. The deal is, if you take a look at the proposal, you'll see that I told them, they can rent space on my own network. If that's the case, my networks are available for a flat rate of $100 per month per video. And by the way, I didn't include the last portion of it because it had some information specific to them. But at the bottom of the original document that I sent them, it shows that there's also a $100 setup fee per video, whether they use my network or theirs. There's a $100 flat fee to broadcast any video, period. And that's because it takes me time to optimize the file, optimize the YouTube page, and hit broadcast and make sure it syndicates and blah, 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 right? It's $100 just for me to do anything with the video file. But this is the pricing schedule I gave them, and you can see that I've got 1 to 5 sites, $700. Now, what are these broadcasting sites? Well, these broadcasting sites are a self-hosted WordPress site, put on a hosting, separate C-class IP, or even better, I don't even use C-class IPs anymore. I use B-class, A or B-class IPs. But so it's on separate IPs, and then you set up a syndication network that uses the blog, the self-hosted WordPress blog. So what is that? IFTTT networks, guys. That's it, right? We talked about this last week. What am I getting IFTTT networks built for? I got Rousseau, my rockstar outsourcer. She's building two full networks per 8-hour day, and I'm paying her basically $16, $17 a day. So it's costing me $8 to get an IFTTT network built. Now that doesn't include the self-hosted WordPress site, setting up the cPanel with the hosting account, getting the WordPress installed, themes, seed content, all of that. Doesn't include that, but I'm talking about just specifically the IFTTT network. So my total cost to build one of these sites, literally, my total cost to build one of these is about, my hard costs, probably about $75. Right? And so I told them 1 to 5 sites, $700 per site. Then it's $55 a month per site to maintain the networks, and then it's $75 a month per video. And then you can see it's a graduated scale. So the more sites they buy, the cheaper the sites get, the cheaper it costs per month to maintain the site, and the cheaper it costs per video. But my setup fee is $100 no matter what. And so my point is that you can talk to, and so I gave them, let's see, I got to open up. Let me pause the screen for one more minute, guys, because I do want to show you the last part of that document. Because I gave them, I'm just going to edit out a couple spots real quick. I told you I did tests, videos for them where I wanted to prove to them what I could do. And I did 3 videos for them, existing videos that they had already sold to clients, one of which, by the way, was one of their own companies, because they own, not only do they own a video production company, but they also own a design company. Let me see if I can move the. All right, so you can see that in the notes there, I stayed at the very, very bottom. I gave them an example of how many sites I used to rank a couple of their videos, and I did that for a reason, because I wanted them to see that they can rank videos with less sites. Now, granted, I did tell them this, by the way, because I had a sit-down meeting with them last week, and there's the owner of the company, and then their sales manager, or their whatever their, I guess his sales manager would be his title. And I was telling him, hey, I used 8 broadcasting sites to rank the one client video, and then I used 6 broadcasting sites to rank 2 of the other videos. And they were kind of on a smaller scale networks, and they have multiple clients across many, many different counties, and they even have some nationally based clients. And I told them, I said, listen, I wanted to give you some numbers, what I worked with, to rank these sites, but keep in mind that my networks are aged, that they have, they're aged and they have built authority because they're aged. I've been building links to them. There's more to it than just building the network. I build links to the network sites and all of that. So keep in mind that if you guys want that same sort of power out of your networks, it's going to take time for them to build authority. But what I will do for you is, if you purchase your own network sites, I will supplement those with my own networks until your sites are powerful enough to where you don't need my networks anymore. Does that make sense? So I did that as kind of an added bonus, like, hey, buy your own network sites. Because the idea here is, I told them very specifically that you need to have either the network's got to be themed. They either have to be themed around your industry, so it could be a national type network, or it has to be themed regionally, so geographically based. And that's how this client is probably going to proceed, is they've got several different basically video directory sites that they create the videos for their clients, and then they put them on their own directory sites. And they've got one in Prince William County, one in Fauquier County, one in Fairfax County, and they want to start with the Prince William County, which is a good thing for me, because I told them, look, let's build 6 to 8 sites for Prince William County. And then what we'll do is we'll build you another 6 to 8 sites for Fairfax County. Well, Fairfax County is a little bit bigger and it's more competitive. That might take you 10 or 12 sites. So see what I'm doing? I'm getting them on the hook here for buying more and more network sites. Let's go ahead and start with Prince William County. You guys can buy 6 or 8 sites. We'll get that set up. We'll get some of your clients ranked. You'll start producing revenue from that, because they're charging a higher upfront fee plus a higher monthly fee than what I'm charging them. Then you can reinvest that money into buying another network for Fairfax, then another one for your next county, so on and so forth. long term, right? So guys, my point is, you know, you can do this. There's a ton of video clients or video production companies out there that aren't offering these services. They don't have any idea how to do it. That they produce really nice videos, and some of these guys, like these particular people, are charging between 600 and 1,500 for videos. But some of these video production companies are charging clients, you know, 3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand for their videos. So you know they got money. So my point is that you can go to them and say, look, you know, not only can you sell the video services, but now let's talk about selling them SEO services. Not, and that's the other thing. Think about that. When you start ranking videos for these potential clients, that's something else that you can also agree to with either the video production company or form separate agreements with the clients that you know, with their clients. And you need to make that real clear up front with if you're dealing with a video production company. And we had this discussion, me and this potential client here, we talked about that, said, look, you know, if a client likes the fact that their video is ranked and they want that for more than just their video, so for example, their websites or their social media properties, that sort of thing, either they can come to me and I will give you guys a kickback for the referral, or you guys can remain the point of contact. So you manage the client and I'll sell you guys can mark up my services, and that way you remain the point of contact. And I told him, I said, I prefer it that way because I don't like dealing with clients. I'd rather just deal with them. Let them handle the clients. You know, it's their relationship anyways, as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, there's so much opportunity here, guys, to use video, which is drop dead simple to rank for. Not every keyword, but you can find keywords that are easier to rank for than others and just do it like in minutes, or sometimes it takes days. But you can get them ranked. You can wow them. Then you can get them on the hook for, you know, selling this to their clients. And now you've got recurring income. You've got a sales force, an instant sales force for your business, right? And you're doing them a favor because you're providing them recurring income opportunities that they didn't have before. So anyways, I wanted to go over that. Does anybody have any questions about that specifically?
No, it's just about ranking videos, but we'll cover that at the end.
Yeah, this isn't about making videos. This is about them making videos. I'm not even going to talk about that today, guys. Sorry, but I'm not a video producer, and I make shitty videos when I do. So I typically would try to find somebody else's video, or I'll hire somebody else to do it and just pass that cost off to the client. If they contract me to do the videos, then I'll do like a hangout with them, you know, where I'm just doing an interview type thing, or I'll tell them to use their, you know, if they got their own videos, I prefer that. And if not, then I can have a video made. I've got a video guy on Odesk that I use, but I just pass that cost off to the buyer, you know, the client.
Yeah, Adam just said video FX all the way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you see, I've only done one video with it, and it took too much time. I don't even care to do it. Like, I'm too busy doing SEO stuff. I don't give a shit about it. If you guys can do that sort of thing, by all means, do it. I don't take the time to do it. I don't want to either.
Worst case, you just outsource it, you know. Odesk, Elance, Freelancer.
That's right. That's what I'm saying, guys. I got a video editor, an animator on Odesk right now that he charges me, I think, $12 an hour. But he can produce a really, really high quality video for me in about 5-6 hours. So under $100, I get a fully custom video with animation, music, voiceover. I have to order the voiceover track separately, but I get that from Fiverr, right? So I mean, even if it's a 2-minute video, it might cost me $40, and voiceover services from Fiverr, and then it might cost me, you know, $60, $80 from the video editor with full-on animation, everything. And it cost me a total of $120. So I charge a client $300, $400 to create the video. So I mean, there's still money to be made in doing the video creation. I prefer not to have to mess with all that, though. I'd rather use somebody's videos that are already made. So
yeah, and it's not part of this business model.
It's not. It's not really creating video is not part of this business model, because especially if you're dealing with video editing or video companies, they've already done it, and you know, you want to let their work showcase what their service is. So, all right, so we need to get through a couple more here, guys, and then I'm gonna send you guys the link, or give you the link for the video email training. This is another one, Meetup.com. Meetup.com is you guys know, I'm sure all familiar with Meetup.com, but you can find meetups in your local areas that have to do with specifically with video stuff. You'll see video games comes up a lot here, but there's also additional video editing meetups near Fairfax, Virginia. So if we click on that, open that up, you'll see that this is meetup.com or the meetup site, and you can see that like there's DC film and digital video media creation community, women in film and video DC, Arlington film and video production and digital photography. Like, and look, 46 graphic designers, 934 movie makers, 816 media innovators for DC media makers. So these are meetup groups that you could go to. And again, if you guys don't have, what I would do if you're considering doing meetups, which is a great way, if you don't mind going and talking to people face to face. See, I hate cold calling. I don't mind talking to people face to face. I always sell much better if I'm in person. But I can't stand the phone sales crap. I just honestly, I hate it more than anything in the world. That's why if I'm not going to meet somebody in person, then I send them a video email, because then I can pitch and I can show, show what you can do. Because if you can show a person results, they're going to buy from you. That's my point. I've got an 80% closing ratio with prospects. Once I've made the initial contact, if we get a dialogue going, then I got an 80% close rate because I show people results, right? And so that's why video screencasts or email is so important. And that's why I'm saying if you go to any of these types of things live, just make sure you've got some example videos that you've created that have been ranked, and you've got them put somewhere in a public, like on your website. It might not be it might be a page on your website that's not indexed, so that you're not showing it off to everybody, but you could give them the link. In fact, you could even put it on business cards, right? You could have a link on your business card that goes directly to your video portfolio, or video SEO services portfolio page, or something like that, to where you go out to these type of live events and you hand out your card and say, look, you guys produce videos. Well, can you rank them in Google? Because I certainly can. Here's my card. Go check it out. And have screencast videos of you showing your results. So have several done in the local community that you're in. Okay? That's very, very important. You got to be able to show results. All right? All right, the next one, Chamber of Commerce, guys. Chamber of Commerce. The people that are parts of the Chamber of Commerce, they pay they pay a yearly fee to be a member of the chamber. They're generally bigger businesses. The meetup groups a lot of the times are smaller businesses because it's people hungry for business. So they go to meetups. And that doesn't mean there's not businesses to be business that can be made there. There certainly can be. There's a lot of leads that pass in those groups. But they're generally smaller type companies, where the Chamber of Commerce meetings are generally bigger type companies. So if you want to land some bigger clients, go to some Chamber of Commerce meetings, or reach out through chamber directories. And one way that you can do that, for example, like I said, if we go back over to Google, if we just type in Fairfax Chamber, and it auto-suggests is giving it to me. All right, we can see that fairfaxchamber.org, that's Fairfax County. There's like several different Chamber of Commerces in Fairfax alone. There's Central Fairfax, South Fairfax. I told you it's a big county in Virginia, very big county. So there's multiple chambers in Fairfax, but let's just go to Fairfax County. So this is one of, it looks like at least 3 in Fairfax County. So you go here, just search around the site, look for, you want to look for member directory or business directory. There it is, business directory, right? So you click on that, and it'll take you over to a business directory, and you want to look for categories, obviously, like video, marketing and programs and services, or media outlets, broadcasting, publications. In this case, I've been through this site earlier. Marketing programs, there's some really big marketing companies in there, not necessarily be your target. They could be if you feel comfortable going after really big companies like that, but they typically aren't going to look at you as an SEO as much, with much. They're not going to take you that seriously, even if you can produce results. But if you go to the media outlets, you'll see that some of these companies that are listed here, they produce videos and things like that, but they don't have SEO services. Like, I don't know, we can look at Effects Media, click on their site, and it says, look, it says Video and Interactive Solutions. They have video services here, video production. So they've got videos here, but they don't, nowhere on their homepage does it look like they offer SEO services, but they sell videos, right? So here's some additional places, and they've got emails that you could contact. So again, whenever you're contacting any companies like this, my opinion, my best advice is to just email them a video where you're showing in the video results, and try to get it to more than just one generic email. One thing that I in the video training, or the training for the Vmail stuff that you guys are going to get the links to in just a minute, like I said, it's got different branding on it and stuff, but go through it because I show you how to also locate emails for especially for even bigger companies. Like if you go to manta.com, that's a business directory service that, a lot of us use it for citations, but also in Manta, a lot of the times you can find additional emails to like executives in the business and the companies. They'll have emails listed for executives in there. There's a multitude of ways. LinkedIn's another way to find emails direct to business owners. Google Plus, use Google Plus. If you can find the business on Google Plus and then find out who the business owner is, which you can find out through Manta or public records a lot of the times, then you can try to locate that individual on Google Plus. And if they have a profile on Google Plus, you can email them or send them a Google Plus message, right, with a video link, with your screencast video, pitching them on services, because you want to try to get past the gatekeepers, right? So video emails are one of the best ways to do it, but you got to figure out ways to get directly to the decision maker, okay? And that's coming in the training. You guys will have that. So Chamber of Commerce, last thing, guys, look for ads in Craigslist. So let's just walk through that real quick too. So we're going to go to Craigslist. It's .org, isn't it? I think it's .org. Yeah. Okay, this one says Fredericksburg. It must be because of my IP. I wanted to go to Washington, D.C. So let's just try Craigslist.com. I think that's the directory. No. Just one second. I went directly to. Anyways, I want to go to Washington, D.C., and they have a sub-site for the Northern Virginia area. But this should work. This should be fine. Okay, if I just wanted Northern Virginia, I just click on NVA right here. But this is fine. We'll stick with Washington, D.C., the whole area. What you want to do is on Craigslist, you just want to search for video, and you want to look in services. So we're going to say video, and check from the drop-down, click on services, click search, and here you guys go. This is just a list of people that are searching for, that are advertising video marketing services. Again, this isn't necessarily going to be your video production. There are video production companies in here that are advertising, okay? And you can click through. And what I find interesting about Craigslist is the lack of professionalism in their ads. That it's funny because some of these people are selling corporate video productions, and they have, look, from $850 to $5,000. Now, this might be a good ad, so this might be a bad example, but this is just a text-based ad. You can get crazy with Craigslist with HTML and do all kinds of you can basically embed videos right within Craigslist ads. In case you guys didn't know that, you can just do, and that's just like what I do with the Vmail training, and like I said, you'll have that in a minute. But you can just take a screenshot of the video that you want them to see, and put it directly in as a picture into the Craigslist ad picture to the video, to where when somebody clicks on it, and you put a play button on it. I hear you're not supposed to do that, but I've done it many, many times, where you lay a play button on the picture, before you upload the picture, and so it looks like a video right in there. And when they click on it, it opens up in YouTube. Does that make sense? And so what I think is funny is video marketing companies that don't have video in their email, but they got a video link right here. Unless Craigslist had changed their terms since the last time I actually produced an ad. But my point is these guys, look, they're charging $850 to $5,000. Right here's another company you could contact, right? And it says, do not contact me with unsolicited services or offers. You know how you get around that? You send them an email from Craigslist. If they don't list their actual contact information, you send them a reply, right? And you say, I'm interested in your videos or interested in your video services. They will contact you back because that looks like a lead to them, right? Because, I mean, you're interested in their video services, not because you want to buy their video services, but because you want to promote their video services for them, right? So don't worry about that. Just contact them anyways. If you get sued, I didn't tell you to do it. All right. So now let me give you guys the link. Is there any questions about any of that, guys?
We have one question for the financing from Mikael. Like everybody is waiting for the final big gift. Let's do that first.
All right, so there it is, guys. There's the link. Try opening it. Just make sure it goes through. I'll stick it in the community too. But basically, there's a zip file in there.
Looks good.
Okay, there's a zip file that's called Vmail Prospecting, and that's the videos. I hope they're all still there. Guys, I created that like 2 years ago now, and and again, the branding and everything, but all the principles are still intact. They're all the same. I don't think anything has changed as far as that's concerned. So, and there's also there should be a PDF in there too, I believe. Yeah, there is. There's a PDF that was one of the girls that I was partnered with at the time created the PDF, and she did a beautiful job with it. So there's the PDF, there's also the videos, and then also if you look, there is a slideshow here which we did for a present. We did a webinar to sell it. I think we sold like 15 copies of it, and that was it. We never did anything else with it. So if you want, you can go through the slideshow too. But that's it. Just use it. If you're going to be contacting prospects directly, it's what I would suggest doing. And let me just explain, and I think I explained it in the training too. What I would do is I would locate, like I would actually, I wasn't doing this for video services specifically. When I was doing a lot of email, it was when I first started Big Bamboo as an agency, because I'd always done lead gen, but then when I started offering client services, I didn't have any clients, and so this is the way. I can't stand cold calling. I freaking hate it more than anything in the world. So this is what I developed as a way to contact them, and it's funny because I landed a lot of clients and when they contacted me back, I'm not kidding, this is honest to God's truth, I had people that they contacted me back and they'd say, nobody had ever approached me that way, so that's why we're contacting you, because we were impressed with your presentation, this and that. What's interesting with Vmail is you can create a full-on presentation for them. So you can do competition research. You can have the Google screens all opened up in tabs where you point out, look, this is where you are, and then you click over to another tab and say, you see, this is where you should be in the top 3 results, and this is why you've got backlink analysis. You don't want to confuse the hell out of them. You don't want to take too much time. Like I had my presentation videos would go 10, 12 minutes on average, and I think that was too long. Honestly, I really think that was too long. But what I was trying to do was educate the prospect with what, and don't ever say that they're doing anything wrong. You don't say, well, this is what's wrong with this is how you're doing this wrong. You never say that. You always give them a compliment and say, hey, look, this I think you did a really nice job with this. However, it could have been done this way and it would have produced better results. That's how you frame it. You don't want to tell them, hey, this is wrong and this is why you're not ranking. You don't say that. You say, hey, this was really cool. I like what you did here, but I can tell you that if you were to maybe shift this to do this instead, then you're going to get better results and that sort of thing. So you constantly want to compliment them and encourage what they did was good. Even most of these, most of the time they hired somebody to do their work, so it's not really personal to them, but it's still their web properties that you're analyzing. So you just want to make sure that you're real careful about that. Try to be nice about it. But I had many clients that I landed, and this is how I got my start as an agency, guys, was specifically with this Vmail prospecting. I would do all my research in a day. I'd spend about 8 hours. I would line up about 10 or 12 prospects in that amount of time. I'd have presentations ready, and like I said, it would take me 10 to 12 minutes to do the actual video, the screencast video. And I think it needed to be. Now I wouldn't do that. Now I would try to do it in 5 minutes very quickly just to get their attention, because some people aren't going to watch the video no matter what you do, so you're wasting all of that additional time. So what I would but what I would do is like 8 hours of preparation, research, finding prospects. I'd do all the videos and then I'd mail them all out. Oh, by the way, this is something we got to cover. I'm not. Yeah, I think it is in the training, but email tracking software, you got to use something to know which videos are getting opened, and I'm pretty sure in the training, I'm almost certain of it, that I talk about one in particular called pointofmail.com. Let me show that real quick. Email notification. Pointofmail.com. Go ahead.
If you use Google Mail, you can use Yesware, Streak, or something like that. They're all free.
Yeah, and I was going to say that because that's what I'm using now. I don't do this anymore, guys. I communicate with my clients through Vmail, and I also, when I get because I get a lot of referrals now, so I don't prospect anymore. But when referrals come to me, I always talk to them briefly, or sometimes it's not even phone calls; it's just an email referral, and I'll tell them, hey, send me your website link and your social media links, and I'll take a look at what you got. And this will be like most of the time email, but I'll send them back and say, like, take a look at what you got, and I'll create a screencast video recording where I narrate what I find and what I think could be done to improve your online exposure, and I'll email you the link to the video, and you can contact me once you've had a chance to review it. And that's how I communicate with my clients now, for the most part, and do all my presentations that way. Or sometimes I do live presentations, but it's not. Most everything I do is via video mail. Okay, and like I said, I got a really high close ratio because I can show examples of work that I've, results. But when prospecting, so I just use Yesware now, is what I was getting at with that, because Yesware is a free application for, I think, 100 emails per month, but it's very limited in its tracking capabilities as a free version. With the pro version, I think it's $10 a month. You can get some additional options and stuff. But what I found interesting with Yesware is that it's not as responsive. Like, I know from talking to when I have tracked some of my clicks or my opens, that there's a delay sometimes with, like, they open an email and I don't get notified for like 20 minutes or 25 minutes later that it got opened. And I can tell you that I know for a fact point of mail is bulletproof. Like, I use this, and it's crazy. It's been a long time since I've used this, guys, so I don't know what their pricing is anymore. I'm sure you can find out, but I know that it works really, really well. And what's cool about point of mail is that it will track the clicks within the email, like exactly what is clicked. It will also tell you the duration that the email was open. It will tell you if it was forwarded and how many times it was forwarded to, and what the destination email address was if it was forwarded. I used to target a lot of realtors for social media stuff when I first got my start, and it was amazing because I would I would send it to a realtor, and I'd see that they'd open it and they'd watch the video for, if it was a 12-minute video, they'd watch it for 10 minutes or 12 minutes or whatever, and then they'd forward it to one of their assistants, and then the assistant would open it and watch it, and then it would forward to maybe another partner or another realtor. And it was funny because I could watch this chain of reaction of, like, this video getting moved, bounced around. And then what did that tell me? Well, that told me who their client or who the prospect was that was most likely to buy my services, because they showed that much interest in it in order to forward it, and it got watched 4 times and that sort of thing. How many times it got open. With Yesware, I haven't noticed the ability to do that, at least not with the free version. So just keep that in mind. Also, Hernan pointed out one today I have not tested, but he just actually sent me the link today, and it's free, and it's called getsidekick.com, and it's by HubSpot, and he said he's been playing with it, and it does the same thing. So you might want to try that. But like I said, the one that I had for prospecting that I used, that I can attest to for sure, was point of mail.
I want to add to that for tracking. If you want to track where they jumped out in the video and so on, Wistia is offering you pretty nice statistics on that, but you need the paid plan.
Yeah, Wistia can get expensive too. Google Analytics has gotten really good, guys. They have live, and see, I just sent everything through YouTube, and they've got live analytics now. I don't know if you guys know that, but YouTube has real-time analytics now. It was just a feature released last week or earlier this week. So yeah, so
and they also show you exactly the minute or second where they dropped off.
I'm sorry, what was that?
They also show you exactly the second where they dropped off in the video.
Will that show that?
Yep.
I don't know. I haven't played with it much, but let me show you the link where I know it's DarrellEves.com, I think. Maybe it's 2 Bells. Darrell Eves, video marketer, D-E-R-R-A-L, Eves. All right, let's go to that one. He's got a YouTube channel right here. This should be it.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is your
real-time analytics on YouTube. This is the video right here. Let me pause that. And we'll strip it down to just the video link. Here we go. So this is this was just September 19th, so it was 6 days ago that this was basically released. I'll stick this in chat. You guys go bookmark that and take a look at it. But that's the I haven't played with it yet, but I know that it's there. Real-time analytics. So minute by minute on your channel and your videos, and it should show when they drop off, like, you know, how long they stayed on, when they stopped watching, that sort of thing, because that's something that's been available, but usually it was like you wouldn't get the statistics from somebody watching your video until days later. Now it's supposed to be real time. So my point is what's great about any one of these, like I said, point of mail, I know for a fact, this is what I had used. personally for my business. But what was great was it would notify me immediately, and you could set it up where it'll give you a text alert on your phone if you set it up properly. There's settings for that, and I would know when somebody was opening the email immediately. Okay. Then I could watch how long they were watching it, and if they made it, like if somebody opened the email and they watched 30 seconds of it and then they closed the email, then I know they weren't interested. They didn't have the time. They just flat out weren't interested. But if I sent them a 10 or 12 minute video and they sat there and watched it for 8 or 10 minutes, okay, or even to the completion, you know that they were interested because they wouldn't have sat there for 10 minutes and watched it had they not been interested. And what's interesting is a lot of these clients will not contact you back. They won't make the first move. But what I like to do then, and this is exactly what I used to do, sometimes they would contact me back, by the way, and they would say, and again, I probably had at least half a dozen clients that I ended up landing, or even if I didn't land them, they'd contact me back and said, great approach, nobody's ever, it was a unique approach, nobody's ever done that before, you got my attention, what can we talk about, that sort of thing. But even if they don't contact you back, a lot of the times it's because they were interested. The tracking software shows that to you. So then what you do is you send a follow-up, but you say, hey, I don't know if you had a chance to watch a video I sent you a couple days ago. You already know they watched it, but you don't say that, obviously, and you just say, hey, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the video I sent you the other day. Just in case you missed it, here it is again. Sure would like to talk to you about your online marketing. Or whatever, whatever kind of pitch you want to do. But you just contact them again, and you'll see. You'll watch them open it again. And they might not watch the video again, or they might. And what's interesting is when you go through the training, you'll see how to set up the screencast shot, right? What I found is that if you use a screencast shot, that a screenshot of one of their properties, or of a picture of them, or one of their social media properties, or something like that, where they have something that belongs to them in the photo, and then you link the photo to the YouTube player. If they're using Gmail, it will open up right in Gmail, but if it's not, it'll click open in a new tab to the actual YouTube video, that your screencast video. But if you change the cover image, the image that's embedded in the email, the second time you send it, they'll click it again because it'll look like a new video to them. You see what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind, guys. Use that. I'm telling you, it works, and you'll land clients that way. So just like I said, getting back to what I would do is when I did a lot of this for prospecting, is I'd spend a whole day getting set up. Then I'd spend about 2 hours. I'd cut several videos. I'd do 10 videos, 12 videos, whatever, in an hour, however many prospects I had lined up. I'd get them all the emails ready, and it would basically be the exact same email. The only thing I would do is change their name and their business name. Like it would be a form email, and then I would change the photo and the link that the photo linked to, because they'd each have their own unique video, and I'd send them out with tracking, and then I would let it go, and that would be it. So it would take me literally about a day, maybe 10 hours to get set up, and I'd send out 10 or 12 emails, and my response rate was I would get, out of every 10 emails I sent, I would get 3 contacts, 3 responses. It was a 30%. I mean, like clockwork. If I sent out 12, I'd get 4. And I'd do that every Monday is when I was doing, at the time, I would do it every Sunday night. I would prepare everything and send it out Sunday night, and I would expect to get calls back between Monday and Tuesday. And then from there, I would set up appointments or phone appointments or live appointments with them from there, by the end of the week. And that's how I had it scheduled out. And I did that for several, probably months. I know it was several weeks, but it might have been several months. And I got my agency up off the ground and funded well through that method alone, guys. That was my sole income source or way of landing clients. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about that, put it in the community. Is there anything that's pressing right now? Because if not,
yeah, there was one last question from Mikael. If you had any videos disappear after ranking lately, I had several videos that were number 1 2 weeks ago disappear now, and an old video from 8 months ago is showing up.
No, that's probably got a lot to do with the new algorithm, or the rolling changes that are coming, Michael. I wouldn't worry about it too much, unless you had like really bad on-page factors for the videos that disappeared. And if that's the case, just go edit the videos. In fact, the videos that have disappeared, you could do that anyways. Is just go. First of all, I hope you're not putting phone number and title anymore. Take that out. Do not put phone number and title anymore. If you'll know it if they'll shut your channel down if they're going to do it. but just don't do it anymore. Put the phone number as the first thing in the description. But if that wasn't it, then just go in and edit it. Find another keyword, an LSI keyword, and just change the title tag using an LSI keyword, and it'll probably come back. Change the description in the video description area. Make sure that it's not spammed inside there. Also do some outbound links from the description area to high DA properties like social media properties, things like that. You know, just to change the description up. Remember, that this is a YouTube video is very much like a blog in that if you change the content in the description area, it's fresh content in Google's eyes. It'll come back and take a look at it again. And I know that I've had videos that have slipped, and I've just gone in and changed the article or added a content to the bottom of the article, and I've got the video to come back with doing nothing else. Something else that you might want to do is do you know, like a social bookmarking type blast or something, some sort of social media backlinks to the video. Do some more embeds. And then also, lastly, you know, something that you could do is, which we haven't covered, but it's how to use the Wirecast to do. You can take old videos and just basically download the file, or if you don't have the file, download it from YouTube and delete it from your channel and re-upload using Wirecast, and you get the ranking boost of you know, Hangouts or live events. So, does that make sense? Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, cool. Well, guys, we went way over. Look at that. Okay, Google. I got the voice search going because I was playing with it the other day. If you go watch, okay, Google. I love that. So that's where the hummingbird comes in, guys. Semantic search, because people are searching by phrases, so full like natural language speech patterns queries, and that's why it's important to optimize that way, because of voice search. So, all right, guys. Well, we're like 2 hours in, or an hour and 45 minutes in, and this is supposed to be an hour. So I hope you guys found this valuable. We're going to go ahead and meet next week too. This was a bonus. Put it to use, guys. Go out there and find some clients, some easier clients to rank, and make some money. And for real, if you do what I just showed you how to do, use the Vmail prospecting training, you'll land clients. I guarantee it. I'm not going to pay you if you don't, but as long as you put the work in and actually make it work, you know, make it happen, you will find clients. I promise you that. Okay.
I wanted to add like one niche that you didn't cover. Anything workout, weight loss, self-help, or something like that. All those guys who do in those YouTube channels,
yep,
they are desperate for views and rankings.
That's true. That's true. It's a big market too. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, no other questions?
Nope.
All right. Good. We're done. We'll see you guys next Thursday at 4 o'clock.
Bye.
All right. Bye.